Hello everyone and welcome back to another anatomy video. This is Dr. Ahmed from the Veterinary Anatomy channel. In this video we will talk about the flexor muscles of the carpal joint and the digits in the dog. So let's get started. Guys, as you can see in the previous video we talked about the craniolateral group of muscles, extensors of the carpal joint and the digits. Now we will move to the medial view and dissect the muscles in the caudomedial group. Here, in general, we have also four muscles. Two out of them are flexor muscles of the carpal joint, and another two are flexor muscles of the digits. Let's start with the first muscle we can find here, or So I will start from the caudal aspect of the antebrachial region. Here, for your orientation, we have the olecranon. In the caudal aspect, the first muscle we can find here is the flexor carpi ulnars. The flexor carpi ulnars. The flexor carpi ulnars in the dog has two heads. This is one, this is the other one here. I will move this muscle to the side. Just show you these two heads here. So the flexor carpi ulnars had the ulnar head. This is the ulnar head, which originates from the proximal end of the ulna and inserts, if you follow the tendon, to the accessory carpal bone. Let me show you. This is the normal position here. Here, from the proximal end of the ulna, inserting to the accessory carpal bone. This is the ulna head of the flexor carpi ulnars. While the other head here is the humeral head of the flexor carpi ulnars. It originates from the medial epicondyle of the humerus and inserts also to the accessory carpal bone. Okay, let's remove this one now. This muscle, according to the origin and insertion, is one of the flexor muscles of the carpal joint in the dog. A hint for you is this muscle is innervated by the ulnar nerve. Where to find the ulnar nerve, guys? Here in the medial view we have this nerve here. This is the ulnar nerve, which at this level should move between the two heads of the flexor carpi ulnars. Can you see that? So it moves exactly in the depths there between the two heads of the flexor carpi ulnars, the ulnar head and the humeral head. So this is the first muscle. The second muscle, I will just keep talking about the muscles of the carpal joint. The second muscle is located more cranially. This muscle here is the flexor carpi radialis. The flexor carpi radialis. It also originates from the medial epicondyle of the humerus, moves all the way down and inserts to the second and the third metacarpal bones, palmar surface, of course. So if you put the bones like this, so it starts from the medial epicondyle, moves all the way down and inserts to the palmar proximal surface of the metacarpal bone number 2 and 3. Okay, what is the name of it again? This is the flexor carpi radialis. Flexor carpi radialis. Function, of course, it's another flexor of the carpal joint. Yeah, it's tough now, so it flexes the carpal joint. So we talked about the flexor muscles of the carpal joint. Now we will move to this muscle here. this muscle here, called the superficial digital flexor muscle. Very famous muscle. Even books, they name it as SDF, superficial digital flexor muscle. SDF, superficial digital flexor muscle. Okay, the superficial digital flexor muscle originates, as you can see there, from the medial epicondyle of the humerus. Medial epicondyle of the humerus here, this area here, moves all the way down here. We can see one tendon of this muscle after the carpal joint distally. Here, if you follow the tendon, you will see the tendon divided into 4 tendons, one to each finger, from finger number 2 to finger number 5. This is finger number 1. So this muscle is for finger number 2, 3, 4, 5. It inserts to the middle phalanx of these digits. Middle phalanx of these digits, of course, palmar surface of the middle phalanx. Okay, this was the SDF, or superficial digital flexor muscle. It's innervated by a nerve called the median nerve. This nerve there, it's the median nerve. Okay. Of course, the function of this muscle is very clear. If you contract this muscle, you will find that the fingers are flexed. Can you see this? So it's a flexor muscle of the digits. Okay. The other muscle, which is located in the depth there, if we move these muscles to the side and the nerves also to the side, all the rest here are 3 heads of the deep digital flexor muscle. Deep digital flexor muscle, or DDF. The deep digital flexor muscle has 3 heads. One, the big one there. The big one comes also from the medial epicondyle of the humerus. One comes from the radius and one comes from the ulna. To be able to see all 3 heads, it's better while dissecting to go in the depth there and find the tendon of this muscle. The tendon of this muscle. So this is the tendon of the DDF. Before here at this level, you will find that, I will just try to show you that here we have one head, here we have the big one, and on the other side we have another one. Let me just try to find it for you. Yeah, that one. Can you see? So now I'm showing you the 3 heads of this TDF. Yeah. So the ulna head comes from the ulna, the radial comes from the radius, and the big one is from the humerus. So this is the 3 heads of the DDF. Here it's clear for us how the tendon of these 3 heads, they come together to form only one tendon, which is the tendon of the DDF. Yeah, I hope it's clear here in the view. Yeah, so here in this view we can see all 3 heads, the ulna, the radial, and the humeral. All tendons, they come together to form one tendon. Just one tendon in this area, the tendon of the DDF. If you follow the tendon of DDF here, you will find it also below the carpal joint, divided into 4 tendons. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 tendons inserts to the distal phalanx, palmar surface, of course, of the distal phalanx of all fingers number 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? The same, distal phalanx of the digit number 2, 3, 4, 5, palmar cervix. Now, it's also innervated by the median nerve, guys, and partially from the ulnar nerve. So now I would like to explain something very interesting in this area here. So we just said, guys, just put it like this. We just said that the tendons from the superficial digital flexor muscle insert to the middle phalanx. I will just put it like this, to the middle phalanx. Okay? To the middle phalanx. While the tendon of the DDF inserts to the distal phalanx. If you look at this situation here, you will find that the superficial digital flexor muscle is moving superficially, while the deep digital flexor muscle is more deeper there. Now the question is, how can the tendon of the DDF, let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. How can the tendon of the DDF moves to the distal phalanx if the tendon of the SDF, which is located superficially, should insert to the middle phalanx? So it's impossible if it's not the situation of what's called the manica flexoria. What happens here, guys, and I will show you later, that the tendon of the SDF at this level, it's separated for each phalanx, for each digit, and inserts to the middle phalanx like this, allowing the tendon of the DDF to move through and inserts to the distal phalanx. Can you understand what I'm talking about? Let's see if this is true here. Go with me to this area here, and I will try to find one good example for you. So this is the tendon of the SDF, and that one is the tendon of the DDF. Here we can see how the tendon of the SDF is divided into two parts, allowing the tendon of the DDF to move through. Can you see that? So that one is the tendon of the DDF moving through the tendon of the SDF. So I cut it at this level so that you can see how it happens. Can you see that? So I cut the tendon here from one side. Okay? This formation at this level here by the SDF tendon called the manica flexoria. What about this area here? Yeah, again, we have the SDF tendon and the DDF. And here you can see I kept it intact here. You can see how the tendon here moves through the manica flexoria. Can you see that? I hope it's clear. I'm trying to make it clear for you. Yeah? So there is a canal here formed by the tendon of the SDF. And this formation here called the manica flexoria. Let me try to push something into here, here, there, and so on. Yeah? Now you can see how the SDF, it forms a canal at this level here to allow the tendon of the DDF to move through to the distal phalanx. So this here is the SDF, and below we have the DDF. Yeah? Maybe later I can cut this to show you exactly how it looks like. So this is the DDF. I hope it's clear for you how the manica flexoria is formed. Of course, SDF, DDF are flexors of the digits. Not only this, guys, keep it in mind, because of the course of the tendon and muscle here, The tendon of the DDF and SDF both affect also the carpal joint. So while flexing the fingers, they are also affecting the carpal joint and flexing the carpal joint. So if somebody asks you about the function of the SDF or DDF, you should start with that they are flexor of the digits, but at the same time, they are flexors of the carpal joint. Now, that's something you should also keep in mind. The SDF inserts to the middle phalanx. So contraction of the muscle will move the middle phalanx down with the third phalanx. So doing this movement here. While the DDF inserts to the distal phalanx. So that means they flex the distal phalanx too, moving the fingers like this. That's why I'm always telling my student that if I tell you this movement, hello, 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 it's a SDF. While this movement here is the DDF. I hope it's clear for you. That's everything for the caudo medial group of muscles of the antebrachium here. And in the next video we will move to a very interesting, of course, topic, talking about the muscles which affecting the elbow joint, and we can see in this case one of them, this one here, which I will keep it as question number 1 for you in this video. So question number 1, look, medial view, forelimb, left forelimb in the dog. This is the group we explained here. I need you to write the name of this muscle here. This muscle here. Remember what is this? The medial epicondyle somehow, and this is the radius. What is the name of this muscle? This is question number 1. Question number 2 will be maybe what is the muscle there? Can you see this muscle here? What is the name of this muscle here? For your information, this is the radius and that one is the ulna. What is the name of this muscle? This is question number 2. Write your answers in the comments below. Please subscribe first, of course. Let me just tell you that according to YouTube, around like 80% from the people watching these videos are not subscribers. Can you imagine? So please subscribe, share this video with your friends, and wait for the next video. See you very soon. Bye bye for now.